Hi, John William Johnson here. I'm your massage therapist and certified Yamana body rolling instructor. I'm going to be doing a video a week just to keep you on track and support you in your body rolling practice. You can go to bodyrollingonline.com and find the videos there. So, we're going to start with the parts of the body that are furthest from the heart, the hands and the feet. Yamana has body wakers that we're going to be using for the feet, and they can also be used for the hands. The reason we start with these is because the feet and the hands are the furthest from the heart. They're the furthest part of the body from the heart, meaning that they are the first places to go in terms of circulation. You've heard of people having cold hands, people with diabetes, in other words, their circulation is impaired. A lot of times they can't even feel the bottoms of their feet. So really important from a point of view of health and well-being to keep your hands and your feet in good shape. So we're going to start with the feet. So you go ahead and take your right foot and place it, if you can, across your legs. I want to tell you that the DVDs that Yamana has made are A1, the way to know about the body rolling practices. I'm just here to support that practice and to maybe enhance it a little bit, but you really want to see those DVDs to really understand the work. But the footwork, in order to get the foot ready for the body workers, we're just going to wake the foot up a little bit. So you place it across your leg, and we're going to take our fingers. One of the things about working with the feet is the toes. Starting to get some movement in the toes and space in the toes. So we're going to take our hand, the opposite hand to the foot. So you've got your right foot, your left hand, and you're placing your fingers in between the toes. Now, in the beginning, sometimes it's really not that easy to do this, so it might be that you can just get one finger in here. You're just giving yourself a lot of patience and support that over time, and the further you can get your hand in, ideally all the way into the knuckles. And then, so now you've got some space there. And you're just going to work that area just by moving your hand around. I'm basically just moving my hand around. And what we're trying to get is some sense of tone in the foot and also movement possibilities. So you've got the ankle, the heel, the middle of the foot, 3 arches that we work with in body rolling, and then all your 5 toes. So right now I'm just working basically back and forth and around on the front of the foot. And then what I want to do is take my thumb and actually start to work the bottom of the foot with my thumb. And you've got another hand here, so you might as well use that too. Now there's a whole body of work that's called reflexology. Reflexology works on the trigger points, or the points that are used in acupuncture that are on the bottom of the foot. And in that model, basically, the bottom of the foot represents the body. So the top of the foot, this is your shoulders, this is your back, your spine, and this is your groin. The feet are not on this map here. So when you're pressing on the bottom of the feet and you find a spot that might hurt or feel a little bit of pain, very often, if you wanted to, you can look at a reflex map and see that there's probably an organ of the body that's being impaired. So from a reflexology point of view, if I wanted to work on the lower back, I would be working right in front of the heel, right here. If I wanted to work on a headache or shoulders, I would be working right up in here. No worries, I'm just giving you some information here. So I'm basically right now, I'm just pressing. Sometimes also you will feel little pebble kind of things in there. Those are uric acid deposits. Those are from eating protein that hasn't been properly digested, using meats or animal protein, and uric acid deposits are part of the breakdown of protein, and so you can actually work the bottom of the feet, and over time those little crystalline deposits can be worked out. Drinking plenty of water when you're doing this work, so that when those things dissolve, there's a way to get them out of the body. Okay, so that's the beginning part here, is working the bottom of the foot. Now we're actually going to place the foot down and start to work a little bit with the possibilities of moving the toes. You can do this after you've done the foot wakers, but today I just want to bring this in the beginning. So I don't know if you've ever seen the videos of people who who are actually have no arms and they can do everything with their feet. Your toes have the same possibilities movement-wise as your fingers. It's just that the way we live in this world and this culture, we put our feet in shoes and lock them up, and we don't really work with the possibilities. So right now we're going to play a little bit with learning how to get these toes autonomous, meaning we're going to start with the big toe and see if we can start to get some movement in the big toe. You can use both feet at the same time, or you can concentrate on one. Let's go ahead and do both for now. So I'm just seeing if I can move my big toe all by itself without any other toes working. That's usually pretty easy. When you get to the other toes, it gets a little bit harder. So working with space, you can take your fingers and work with getting some space in between the toes. And now we're going to go to the second toe, seeing if we can pick that toe up and without the other toes moving. So let's just stay with one foot for now. So I try to pick that second toe up, and ideally I could do it without with the other toes staying down, but right now I just need to hold the other ones down. Now sometimes you can't even get the toe to move on its own, and in that case actually take your fingers, pick the toe up, and you're just trying to develop some autonomy in between these toes. So however you want to do it, you pick up each toe, and when you get out to the end, the pinky toe usually has the least amount of movement possibility. Okay. So you start to play with that, and with the gait assessment and the work with Yamana, laying the outside edge of the foot down, and then the fifth toe, the fourth toe, the third toe, the second toe, and the big toe. Those are really what we're working with here, trying to get space. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and start to work with the foot working. These videos are going to be about 10 to 15 minutes long. Foot fitness, you can do this sitting at your desk. 15 minutes, you can get a nice workout on the feet. So you're better off doing it every day than one long day. Getting something done, even if it's a couple of minutes. Waking up the foot like I did, that's really helpful. And you can work the foot wakers either in a chair. So if you're at the office, it's easy to put them underneath your desk and do it when nobody's looking, or in the break. When you're in a chair, you can either lean back and press, or you can lean forward and press onto your quads into the foot wakers. Standing up brings it to another level, because now I have to have balance, and the pressure on the foot wakers is a lot more intense. And then the last way to use it would be against the wall and having the foot wakers underneath you, and then you can do some more advanced work using the wall. For today, we're mostly just going to stay in the chair. I want to just support you in understanding what we're trying to do here. We're trying to get some autonomy and flexibility in the feet. So the idea with this work is that there are 3 arches in each foot. There's the outer arch along the outside of the foot, and each arch is going to dictate a certain number of toes. The outer arch we consider the 5th and 4th toe. The inner arch is down the middle of the foot, and that's the middle 3 toes. And the inner arch is the big toe and the second toe. So we start at the heel. The idea of this work is that pressure on the bone actually helps to release the muscles, and we start at the point of origin of the muscles. So we start at the heel, and the work is primarily trying to get whatever you're working on the top of the foot waker. So we start at the middle of the heel, press, and we also try to engage the breath. So as I press, I'm breathing, nice full breath, and press a little bit more. And then we try to use the whole foot. So I'm pressing in the middle, and then I'm placing the foot down like we try to with the outside edge of the foot, and then all the toes press down. And when you're at home, you can either use the video, or the idea, if you haven't got the video, is just to do as much as you can in terms of different ways to move the feet. So bringing the toes up first, and then bringing the whole foot up and pressing into the heel, and then placing the foot back down again. Those are the different possibilities. Breaking the foot down into the back, the front, and the middle. Okay, toes come up, foot comes up, pressing into the heel. And now we're just going to work the outer edge. I'm not going to do the whole routine. I just want to give you a sense of what's possible. So you usually break the foot up into 4 sections. You've got the heel, pressing into the heel, whether it's the outside edge, the middle, or the inner edge. And then you've got just in front of the heel. That's really important, right where the tendon is that attaches the muscle to the heel. And then you've got the middle of the foot, right in the middle, whether it's the outside edge or the middle of the foot or the inner edge. And then the ball of the foot. The ball of the foot is right before the toes. And then the actual toes. Now on the toes, you want to try to get the toes so that you're just working the toes that are connected to that side. So right now we were working the outer edge, so I would just take the toes. This is ideal. If it doesn't work, don't worry about it. It's not an absolute. But I usually try to actually take my fingers and work it so that on the outer edge I would just have those 2 toes. Now this is pretty intense. When you're working the toes, you pick the foot up and then you pick it up a little higher to work that edge. Let's work this toe, this foot here. So you got the outer edge, and then you work the foot, and work a little higher and a little higher. The middle arch would be just the middle 3 toes, and you take the other toes and either actually take them off, and then press, press, and press, and then the inner arch would be just these 2 toes, like that. Okay, so now I want to do a little bit with the hands. So the hands, everything's connected, right? The hand's connected to the arm, and so usually when I'm working the hands, I'll start by working the forearm and the wrist. So if you want to take your left hand, take your right hand and pull back, and get a stretch through the wrist area. Now, any of the range of motion possibilities, especially with the hands, you've got 4 directions. You've got away, towards yourself, in towards the middle, and out towards the edge. And then we're going to work each finger. Now you can do the same thing with the hands that you did with the fingers, and then you can do the same thing with the fingers that you do with the toes. So we're going to press away. And I'm actually thinking, I'm not thinking in lines, I'm thinking in curves. I'm actually trying to get a sense of curving that finger all the way back as far as I can, and then curving it back in as far as I can. And then moving it away from the other fingers, towards the other fingers, and then a twist. Twist in, twist out, nice full breath, and then a squeeze. All of the meridians that are in the body start either at the toes or the fingers. So when you press on either side of the fingernail, you're actually stimulating a meridian in the body. So that's a good idea. Nice full breath. And we do the next finger. I'm going to go really fast here because I want to get this done in 15 minutes. Twist, twist, squeeze. You do that with each finger. And the thumb, you basically be creative and pull it away from the other fingers. I usually pull it down towards my forearm, across, twist, twist, squeeze. I want you to know about the Hoku point. That's the point that's right in between here. Really strong tonic point. You know when you're on it because there's a sharp sensation there. That point, you can actually do dental work. And it exercises the mouth, and it's a great tonic point for digestion. And then you go ahead and shake the hand out, and once again, working autonomy, you want to get it to the point where you can move each finger by itself without the other fingers moving. So in the beginning, sometimes you need to hold them down, and then sometimes you might need even to pull it in by itself. But ideally, you want each finger to be moving. That just shows that you've actually developed the fingers and the tendons and the muscles so that they have some specificity. Super. So I'd love to hear from you guys. I want to support you in your daily practice of the body rolling, and I'm going to develop a video a week for now. I want feedback from you to see how this works, whether you want more instruction so that you can follow through, or you want more information so that I can tell you more about the kinds of things that I know in terms of adding on to what you already know from Yamana's DVDs and from your own life. BodyRollingOnline.com is where you go. And thanks for hanging out with us. I hope this helped. Take care.